What's up everyone, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilson and welcome back to our primer series. Today we're going to be talking about protein timing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that like button right now because there's a lot of really cool information that we're going to be giving you. What is protein timing? Well, essentially it's how you should time your protein throughout a day and particularly around the workout. The first thing I'm going to talk about is around the workout. What we know is that every time you train, your muscles get more sensitized to protein. What does that mean? It means two things. Number one, the response you get to protein is greater after a workout, meaning your muscle growth will be better when you consume protein closer to your workout than if you hadn't trained at all. And number two, it seems that you can take in more protein after your workout than at other times. The first tip I'm gonna give you is that when you're done working out, you probably should consume a protein shake within 30 minutes probably of training. Now, there's a lot of controversy around that. What I will say is this, there's enough evidence when you actually look at the literature that well-trained people increase in sensitivity to training, and that levels off anywhere after 6 hours. Now, untrained people have a greater sensitivity to consuming protein 24, 48 hours. But I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you have some training experience, right? Number two, how much? On a normal time, when you haven't actually been lifting, 24 to 30 grams of protein may maximize protein synthesis in a given serving. After you work out, there's some evidence to suggest that you can consume 40 to 50 grams and actually get a better response than if you were only have 20 to 30 grams. As far as what type of protein, I'm gonna address that more in depth in our types series, but what I do say is that you want something easy to digest. So that's when you have an opportunity to have something like whey protein after you work out is probably more beneficial than, for example, having casein after your workout, and there's data to support that. What about protein timing relative, like if I were training at night versus in the morning? Well, if I wake up in the morning, a lot of times people will want to train on an empty stomach. When you're fasted, you don't have any amino acids in your blood. Amino acids are very important for growing. So if you're gonna train more fasted, I'd recommend doing more modified fasted. So my second tip is, if you're gonna train in the morning, make sure you have all the essential amino acids prior to working out. So I have an essential amino acid supplement will get the amino acids that you need to grow into your muscles. And then after you work out, again, a simple digesting protein source. My third tip is, remember your muscles, especially if you're trained, will stay sensitized anywhere for 4 to 6 hours after that workout, even though they're most sensitive early on. 2 to 3 hours after that first protein consumption that was simple, consume a meal. So say I had breakfast, I was done training at 9, and I had whey protein afterwards. At lunch, make sure having something that's lean but more complete protein like steak or chicken, something like that. The next thing I'm gonna tell you is the timing at nighttime. There's a lot of studies out there that are talking about what happens if I consume protein at nighttime. Does it have an effect on my workout? That it is important that you have a higher protein meal closer to bed. And if you were to eat earlier, say you're eating like around 6 at night, you're kind of full, but you go to bed at 10, having a single dose, lower calorie bolus of maybe 20 to 30 grams of easy to digest protein, you could have casein at that time point before bed, is gonna be beneficial. Because a lot of people say, I don't wanna eat closer to bed because I'll get fat, and I understand that, there's some evidence for that, but evidence also shows that a single dose of just protein, not protein and carbs and fat, can help you grow. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time in your primer series.